Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Season 2 of Caves of Qud. The brand new season, brand new character. And this time I wanted to, based on some of the comments I've had so far, take things a little slower, explain a bit more in depth as to what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And so I guess this is sort of maybe we'll call it a tutorial series, possibly. I'm also going to be building a character today that I would, I suppose, recommend. It has some mutations that I would recommend. And yes, we are playing as a mutant. We did Truekin for Season 1. Season 2, we are doing mutant. We are, of course, playing permadeath mode. Let's build a brand new one. Mutants. Okay. So, as our calling here, I do want something with decent strength to start with. So something like the Warden or the Marauder would be good. I do like that the Marauder has charge. However, the Warden also has a lot of range stuff as well as shield and shield slam. However, we can learn this for free. We're actually not going to be using axe, funnily enough, so these two skills not as important for us. We can technically use axe, but it's not going to be what we start off with. I think we will go Marauder. So, this time around, we are going to be playing as a Chimera, which means we can only take physical mutations. We are not allowed any mental mutations. Let's check that. This also means whenever we get as it says here, whenever you manifest a new mutation, one of your choices will also cause you to grow a new limb at random. We're going to take advantage of this. More limbs. More limbs equals more fun, right? So for this guy, I kind of wanted to have horns as our main. Horns has been nerfed recently, but it's still very, very good. And I recommend horns to anyone who wants to have a solid melee build. The only downside, you can't wear helmets with horns. So keep that in mind. Horns do a lot of damage. They have unlimited strength cap, which means they scale incredibly well throughout the whole game. They have decent damage. There's a small chance that you cause bleeding, and they have their own armor value associated with them. So let's take horns, and if we press V here, we can actually pick a variant that we want. I kind of like the idea of having like a narwhal tusk would be kind of cool. Doesn't make any difference, it's just a bit of flavor. Okay, following that, double muscled. If you're playing a horn build, you're going to want strength because, like I said, horn scales incredibly well with strength. Doubled muscled gives you every 2 levels, you get +1 strength. You also have this incredible chance to daze your opponent, which is honestly incredibly powerful. This is another S tier mutation right here. So we'll be taking double muscled. So we have 4 points left. Now, I'm toying with the idea. I did have something in mind. I was going to take tonic allergy to give us 4 more points, and then I was going to take a few more things. The next main thing I wanted was multiple arms. We are going to be running a multi-weapon fighting character this time. I've been playing a lot of single weapon fighting recently. Single weapon fighting is so good, and I feel like I need to push myself here to not take it. So we're going to be trying something. We're going to be going dual wielding, multiple arms. And that is a perfect... It's not very often that I wouldn't take a defect. I think this may be one of the rare cases. I'll tell you what I did want as a bonus. I wanted to take Poison Stinger. I'm thinking about it. Problem is, I don't want to spread us too wide, you know. I want to play tall instead of playing wide. I think... You know what? Why don't we do it? We can grab Should we go Poison Stinger or should we go for Paralyze? Paralyze is interesting. It will basically give us free attacks. Confusion's also good, but it can be a little bit annoying sometimes with Confusion because enemies will wander away whilst you're trying to kill them. Poison is just damage. It's just straight up damage. We'll do it. We'll do it. Why not? Let's just double check. We can... there's 4 choices we can take here. Tonic Allergy. Irritable Genome. Which I don't think we will. Hooks for feet. You can't wear shoes. Or Brittle Bones. In my opinion, Brittle Bones is one of the worst defects you can possibly ever have. Tonic Allergy, it doesn't really do anything bad with things like salve injectors or Eater's Nectar. It doesn't really have a downside, so I'm gonna be using Tonic Allergy here. And this is our character. So like I said, we want strength to start. Let's we'll take this to 20 just to start. We'll leave it there. More agility is always good. I think let's leave it at 17 for now. Toughness 18. This is like the bare minimum toughness you ever want to take, really, without having to spend 2 points to take it even further. Toughness is really, really important. Intelligence will probably suffer a little bit. I would like to take Tinkering at some point. Let's leave it at 16 for a moment. Willpower we actually don't need to worry too much about. We don't really have many active abilities. Not yet anyway, so I'm going to leave that at 16. Similarly, Ego we can kind of worry a little less about. The only reason I would really want Ego is for Snake Oiler. We need 19 Ego for that. Which kind of makes me actually want to just put it to 17. Just to get the economy going. Then I think we're going to go... there. We'll spread it like that. We're 2 points away from getting Tinkering 1. Which means at level 12, we will have 19 intelligence. Similarly with Ego, at level 12, we'll also be able to take Snake Oiler. So let's take these as our starting attributes. And I say level 12 because every... let me show you. Right, so these are our starting stats, right? When we hit level 3, we'll get 1 attribute point that we can put into whatever we want. At level 6, you get +1 to everything. Then at level 9, you get 1 more attribute point. And then at level 12, you get +1. So every 6 levels, starting at level 3 and level 6, you get either +1 to 1 attribute or +1 to all attributes. I'm happy with these, I'm happy with this build, I think. Let's give it a whirl here. Let's see if there's any random names that we like. Barushula. Okay. Some of these names are absolutely insane. Ashwad. Famir. Yatep. Tarak. Naga War. That's kind of cool. Kukat. You know what? Kukat is calling to me. This is us. We are Kukat. Okay. We will do Dropper Start. If you're not going to do Dropper Start, you might want to check out maybe Salt Dunes. Learning Fasting Way. Early is really great. Similarly, Wayfaring. Really great. Desert Canyon. But we'll go Dropper. I know I'm taking a bit longer than normal to get going here, but like I said, I want to explain as much as I can. I also may aim to make these episodes just a little bit longer. Just to make up for all of the explaining. Here we are. We are here in Joppa. Insert Tom Scott gif. we have almost nothing in our inventory. So first thing we want to do with horns is we want to select the horn and press tab and make the horn our main damage dealer. As you can see, it already has 7 penetration and is a 2d3. It's honestly an incredible weapon. Never having to worry about weapons is such a relief. And as you can see, we have 4 arms. 4 whole arms. One of them is going to be carrying a torch for now. What I'm going to do to start is I'll probably have daggers. Firstly, because this counts as a dagger. And also because if we take a look at the short blade tree, you can see we get, firstly we attack quicker, but then if we go down to jab, whenever you make an offhand attack, you immediately make another attack with the same weapon, which is great. Then there's also rejoinder. When an opponent misses you in a melee attack, there's a 40% chance you make a free attack. Now that, coupled with this tree, which we are going to really delve into here, multi-weapon fighting. It starts off your chance to strike with your offhand weapons, so all 4 of our arms will be increased to 20%. So if we do proc with any of those, it means we actually get to attack twice, as long as we have jab. It goes up to 35, and it caps here at 50% of the time when we hit 27 strength. So that's kind of what we want to do with this build. We do have axe, and I am tempted to just keep 1 axe for the time being, just so we can make the most of dismember and cleave. We don't have cleave yet, but we may buy it. Okay, a little sip of coffee there. So yeah, we also have our stinger, which counts also as an additional weapon. This will, whenever this attacks, I think it has a 20% chance to inflict the poison. However, we can use the sting ability here to get that to proc, well, whenever this is off cooldown, essentially. So let's start off by taking a look at who we have here. Hated by succulents. That's fine, we can speak with Mehmet. We can give him some water. We'll also take the first quest here to go to Red Rock. You always want to speak to this guy before he gets killed by Argive, and he will get killed by Argive. This is just 1,000 XP for free once you make it to the stilt. The Warden. We can do the water ritual with him. And then finally the Elder here. Disliked by Chava, doesn't really matter. We can now learn Harvestry. We now have Butchery and Harvestry, which is a nice little start for us. We have Butchery because we started as a Marauder. Now you want to do the normal thing of looting all these chests. Don't worry, they won't hold it against you as long as they don't see you do it, it's fine. We do have a musket here. I don't like muskets. I probably won't end up using it, but that is interesting. Muskets are just very heavy, and they have to be reloaded after every shot. Let's loot this second one here. What do we have? Snail-encrusted furs. Interesting. A freeze grenade. And 2 poison gas grenades. Okay. That means we can already hand in the first quest with Argive. And this one has a bunch of garbage. Okay, cool. Let's quickly auto-explore here to find any tasty, juicy lore that might be hanging around. Okay, let's go speak with Argive. And we will take the Knick-Knack quest. And of course we can hand in one of these grenades that we found. And I say found very loosely there, with quotation marks. The grenades that we stole, I mean, definitely didn't steal. And there we go, there's level 2. Now we have the Weird Wire Conduit quest, and you can freely loot these chests here. Another musket. The leather cap, which of course we cannot equip. You can't equip helmets with horns. We can, however, equip this Snail encrusted furs for the time being. So we now have 78 points, which isn't really enough to do anything yet. We could start speccing into Shortblade, which I think we will. And with our mutation point, always good to go for Horn. Similarly, multiple arms is... Actually, no, sorry, not double muscled, also very good. We are going to want as much strength as possible. I think I'm actually going to focus mostly on double muscle for the time being, because I'm going to choose to have Horn rapidly advance when we hit level 10. I just want to stack as much strength as we can early on. It's a shame we can't equip that Nullworm skull. That would have been nice. Alright, let's grab some leather boots. This is Electro Bow. This is some kind of heavy weapon. The Electro Bow would be nice, but we would need a battery to power it. We do have a dagger here. I think we're gonna hold out and try and pick up some daggers for free instead of buying any. Definitely want to sell these muskets because they are so heavy. There we go, that's a good trade. We have lots of ammo now. Let's equip the bow. And the leather boots. Okay, so let's reload our bow. Let's go and grab... If you look at the statue to the north of Joppa, it will give you a quest, a location to a historic site, which will be very, very close by. So, if you've seen me before, you know, like, everybody has their own little start that they like to do. My preferred start is to come over to this pond here to expose this crack. And then go down here. See what we have. So we do have a bear. A bear is a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie. We could charge the bear and then see what happens. And we'll also hit him with a sting. We need to move because the bear will hit us very hard right now. You see he took off pretty much all of our health there. He is dazed and he is bleeding. The poison... You see here, the bear resisted the poison. That's fine. We just got to move here. There's two bears. That is actually incredibly bad. So we're gonna start sprinting. Two bears is too much. One bear is too much, honestly. Two bears is absolutely too much. We're just gonna go here. We're gonna heal up. We're gonna try. Never normally expect bears down here. It's normally snapjaws and things. Charge him again. Hit him with a sting. Okay, this time the bear has been poisoned. He's now bleeding and poisoned. So if we just kind of move away, you'll see he takes a little bit of damage over time now. And there he goes. That's our first kill. Now we do know we have a second bear immediately down here. Probably shouldn't be fighting him like this. In fact, let's lure him back up. And let's hit him with a charge again. And a sting. And early game, this is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to kind of do hit and run tactics. He has been poisoned. Charge is especially useful with horns. Okay, he's back. You know what? I'm going to wait till charge is ready one more time. And there we go. Level 3. We got our first attribute point. So, I'm not going to spend my attribute points on strength because we have double muscled. So, I think, honestly, I'm going to go agility here. If we put our attribute points into agility, we will unlock more of the short blade tree. Like, pointed circle's nice. We do need Duke for it, but it's quite nice. Rejoinder is really nice. Whether we'll ever get to 25 agility, I don't know, but more agility is always good. Also gives you more dodge value. Okay, and then we'll also go... We could go for Poison Sting. Like I said, I'm going to hold out on Spiral Horn for now. Yeah, let's go Poison Sting. We'll level that up. And then with our first 100 skill points here, we will grab Jab. Jab is kind of useless at the moment, but it will become way more useful once we have some short blades. Okay, let's foolishly auto-explore here. Seems it's mostly dogs and bats. It's quite literally just dogs and bats. Okay. Let's go down to the next layer. Okay, so we have a bear. We have a cave troll. Let's hit him with a sting. The bear has been poisoned, which is great. There we go. We got the daze. That daze effect on the bear is coming from having double muscled. Let's see. 17% chance to daze, which is huge. And there you go. The bear is gone. This guy dropped a opal pommeled steel battle axe, which is really nice. In fact, I'm actually going to equip that in one of our offhands for now. Since we do start with an axe ability. Here comes another bear. Let's charge this one. We can't use Dismember, unfortunately. There we go, the bear is down. You see how much harder we're hitting already? Okay, not worried about that. We do specifically want to keep an eye out now for any kind of short blade. Tempted for us to explore the desert because you're pretty much guaranteed to get an obscene amount of short blades. Now a slime I'm a bit more scared of. Okay. Slime resisted the poison. I actually don't know if you can poison a slime. Either way, it doesn't matter. The slime is no more. Keep auto-exploring here. There we go. Let's move down again. Alright, we got a Snapjaw right off the bat here. See if we can hit him. We did. He dropped a two-handed iron longsword. Very nice. We're going to grab it just to sell it. I did see a spider nearby a moment ago, but I think that should leave us alone. And here we go. Here's our first dagger. Desert Chris. This is, it's like I think it belongs in the Steel Dagger class. So let's equip this in place of that axe that we just had. Easy peasy. And what I'll do is I will point out, if we get any offhand attacks, I will point them out to you in our log here. There we go. We found another historic site, which is nice. Level 4. There we go. This guy dropped a pair of gloves. Now, because we have 4 arms, we have 4 hands, which means we're going to need 2 pairs of gloves to get the same armor value that we would get if we just had 1 pair. So do keep that in mind if you're going for a Chimera build. Okay, always a little bit worried about chameleons. That guy we absolutely destroyed there. That is great. So we need to spend our mutation points. So We go double muscled one more time. You see we go to 19% chance to daze from 17, and we get 1 extra strength, taking us to 23. Now, when this hits 24, we will have +4, which is really what matters. It's the number in the brackets that matter most, at least for these 3 here. Because the higher this is, the higher your penetration on your weapon goes, your penetration value. And the higher this goes, the more dodge value you have. Dodge value early game, I would argue, is almost worthless. If anything, you're going to want to be able to just survive combat by having more armor than the enemy has dodge penetration value. And I will be making a combat tutorial soon. It's I've been very busy recently, you know. There's another dagger. Let's put it in our offhand. And the combat tutorial for Qud in particular is going to take a long time because the combat system is actually really, really in depth. It's not the most obvious thing. So keep your eyes peeled. There's another dagger there. Let's equip that in our final offhand. And let's wait for this bleed to go. Ooh. Definitely want to hit this guy with a... You see here, he's been dazed. We actually hit with our stinger, which is great. So that's small % chance. And you can see here as well, when we charge there, obviously we hit with our horn, with our main attack. We also hit with our lit torch, which is in one of our offhands. And we attempted to attack with another one of our offhands, but we missed. So this guy was hit with the stinger. I don't think that necessarily means he's been poisoned, but we will poison him anyway, manually, and he's gone. I'm going to take all of these stun rods, which are pretty valuable early on. We can also identify these. Hopefully they're chem cells. Yes, perfect. And we have a compound bow. That is a much better bow than what we're currently using. Okay, there's a spider there, looking at me funny. There they go. So really, I would say the main focus of this build is many attacks all at once, with multiple arms and with multi-weapon fighting, which we haven't taken yet, but we will get it. I think we need 150 points to take multi-weapon fighting. Yeah. Once we have multi-weapon fighting, we'll be able to attack a lot more frequently with our offhands. And because we're using short blades, it means there's going to be a lot of bleeding once we take Bloodletter. And because we have Stinger, it means we're also going to have a poison effect that we can put on them. So we're kind of going for a damage over time type build here. Right. Let's cook. Let me cook. Nice. We hit the centipede. Most things we're probably going to hit like in a single kill in a single shot. Even at this level, because Horns is just so good. I'm really going to keep singing its praises. It's such a great mutation to have. Especially if you're a newer player. It's level 5 and our genome is excited. And now we can rapidly advance our horn. We are going to rapidly advance this every chance we get. There you go. Our horn has been leveled up. You can see it's now... It's actually at level 4, but it's been capped due to our low level. You'll see next level, when we level up again, we'll get 1 extra armor value from the horn as well. So we can either go here, let's have a look. We level up our Stinger. We'll have the same damage, same penetration. The poison damage will increase. Or if we go double muscled, we don't gain any more strength yet. It's every 2 points. But we will get an increased chance of a stun. I normally would go double muscled, but I kind of don't want to neglect Poison Stinger. I think I'm going to go Poison Stinger for now. We can't neglect multiple arms either, because this does increase the odds that we attack. I think we're gonna wait until I get this to maybe level 6, 7. I'm gonna stop leveling this. And then Horn is gonna be rapidly advanced. Double muscled, we're always gonna put points in, and then we'll focus on multiple arms a little bit as well. We have 162 points here. Let's take level 1 multi-weapon fighting. This will give us Flurry, which allows us to attack with all of our weapons at once. And we also get 20% chance, or an increase of 20% to attack with offhand weapons. But let's get Dismember out of here since we're not using axes at the moment. We now have Charge. I would like Flurry at number 2 and then Sting on number 3. Just like that. Let's hit this guy with a Flurry. Boom. Absolutely wrecked. You can see how hard we're hitting against everything. It's kind of unbelievable. You got to be careful not to get too cocky though. Some guys can still mess us up pretty bad here. And I think we'll take this this episode until we get the Sphere of Negative Weight, which is the first thing I like to kind of go for. Let's replace these bronze daggers with iron daggers now. Let's make sure we haven't missed any nice loot. Could take the Crimson Hood with me, but I don't think it'll be worth much. Yep, I don't think there's really much here that I want. Try and get a charge on this guy. There we go. Melted. Okay, let's go bait this archer out. So the only real thing we have to worry about down here is obviously things like slumberlings will make quick work of us. There's an engraved sword here. And yeah, it's really only ranged attacks we have to worry about, as well as maybe being attacked by an Esper. You can see there we're level 6. We just got +1 to all of our stats here, which means we now have +4. Which means our penetration value has gone up. So let's take a look. This horn now is 8 penetration, 2d4. Good stuff. Start leveling up our multiple arms. Now that we have multiple weapon fighting, every level will give us a 3% extra chance to make an additional melee attack. We need to save if we want multi-weapon expertise, which I think we might. I'm also tempted to grab Bloodletter next level as well. I think Bloodletter is actually kind of not good, but the extra bleed, because bleed stacks. You can see here, this effect can stack a number of times equal to 1 plus your agility modifier. So 3 times we can get this to stack at the moment. And 3 extra bleeds, you know, it's just a bit more damage that we can output. I think I still want to prioritize the next level of multi-weapon fighting. I think it's just better. Hit that guy with a flurry there. You see, massive damage. We are only level 6. Keep that in mind. Alright. These guys are falling like a sack of russets right now. Just getting absolutely melted. There's another iron dagger, so that's and a second pair of gloves. Great, so we'll put these on our lower hands. And this iron dagger here, we will get rid of that bronze dagger. We are looking good so far. Okay, so now we would follow. There is another stairway down here. This isn't relevant to where we're going, but I do like to check these places out sometimes. These guys you got to be careful with. They give decent XP, those maggots, but they also make you poisoned, which is... Actually, I don't know if we can be poisoned, if I'm being honest. Was that a slug snout I just saw? I don't think it was. Let's see if anybody comes up. Engraved. Another historic site location. You know we're going to be doing those next episode. Yeah, I'm actually not sure if we can be... I mean, this is corrosive gas. I don't know if we can be poisoned as such. I'm worried that I just saw... Yeah, it is a slug snout. Let's make quick work of that guy. This is not part of what we're currently doing, but it's always... My general rule of farming Qud is if I step onto a new map, I explore it because you never know what you might find. Hey, a crab might be a bit of a problem. They do have very high armor values, but if we keep hitting him, stinging him, he should go down pretty easy. Yeah, you can see he's bleeding, dazed, and poisoned. So we really are making the most of putting debuffs on our enemies right now. Lovely stuff. Alright, cool. Let's go back up to where we just were and continue on with our quest. We're just going to follow the river here. Follow it north towards Red Rock. The enemies tend to get a little harder once you start following the river. I'm pretty sure, again, I just saw a slug snout round go by. Let's just hold back here. A freezing battle axe. Okay. Try and sneak round. Ooh, that's a lot of amoebas. Flurry. And that is something, that is one of the scariest things you can encounter down here. Are those glow moths. They can hit you from across the map. That guy went down real quick though, which is great. You can see this got leveled up. We now have +2 AV from our horn. If we go double muscled, we'll have slightly better daze chance. Multiple arms, we can go to 16%. So I believe how this works is, right now, right, we have 13%. I'm going to be talking a little bit of numbers here. 13% chance for each extra arm to deliver an attack, right? And then because we have multi-weapon proficiency, it's increased by 20%. So I believe we have 33% chance to make offhand attacks. And then when they do proc with jab, we get to do another attack with the same weapon whenever they proc. So we're already kind of starting to see... And we can actually buy this now, which we will. This will take it to 35% chance plus... Plus, I'm going to level this up, so plus 16%, which means we should be at what, like 51% chance of making offhand attacks now? And that seems to be the case. You can see there, we hit with our horn. They also got poisoned, which means our tail procced. We also... Yeah, there's the stinger. Let's see if we can get it on this this next... Let me get rid of this bat. So when we just killed that amoeba there, our horn hit, and all of our daggers also procced. We attacked with every dagger that we have, as well as our torch. So all 4 of our arms also hit there. So we're already starting to see some huge gains, and I'm excited because, you know, I'm always singing the praises of single weapon fighting. So it's nice to be using. It's nice to be using multi-weapon fighting for once. Because in old Qud, multi-weapon fighting used to be called dual wielding, and it used to be a bit more powerful. So it feels a little bit nostalgic having a build like this. It was nerfed as well. Dual wielding was a lot more expensive, but it was a lot more effective. Okay, we are being shot by a glow moth right now, so let's hide. There he is, you fool. You shouldn't have come here. The only thing I'm worried about, like I said, are slug snouts and slumberlings down here. An albino monkey braid. Take that. Okay, that's a slug snout. We need to engage with this guy as quickly as we can. You see, you can't charge whilst in water, which is bad. Which means we are going to have to try and bear the brunt of everything attacking me right now, which is, this is a bad situation. You don't really want to find yourself in a situation like this early on. I'm going to have to, just to be safe. Okay, we did get confused, but I know where the slug snout is. Slug snout is now down. Okay. And next time we get confused, I want to point something out. There is a way to tell where the enemies are, even whilst you're confused, which is what I just used there. So you can still always guarantee that you're attacking the right square. Good, good, good. You're getting a lot of XP from these guys. Still kukri. Okay. Incredible. That's a new dagger for us. And that is the one thing that we are looking out for. So I'm not going to attack this. I need to really make sure this bat here is going to attack, which is really annoying because I didn't see him. We have to kill the bat immediately. Yep, these bats are going to come for the slumberling. They're going to wake it up, and it's going to kill us in retaliation. So keep that in mind. Okay, we are being shot by a glow moth now, it looks like. Beautiful stuff. Just a slumberling, no bats around. Keep moving past this. Let's just auto-explore this area a little bit. Alright, looks like we're done. So let's continue moving through past the river here. Looks like we do have a bit more area over here that we can take a look at. There we go, we're done. Okay, I hear a turret, which is worrying. Let's let these guys funnel out here. I'm anticipating maybe there's a beetle nest nearby, which is where all these beetles are coming from. Yeah, in fact, I can see the effect coming from this room. Or it may be a centipede nest, actually. Level 8. Right, so Horn is now done being power leveled by rapid advancement, so let's go. We'll go double muscled. And remember, if we buy a new mutation, we get a new body part. So we'll probably do that maybe once with this character. If I hadn't taken Poison Stinger, we could have maybe done it twice because I wouldn't have had another thing to level up, if you know what I mean. We need 27 strength for multi-weapon mastery. We will get that at some point. I think I would like Wayfaring when we get out of here, so let's just take that now. It's a centipede's nest. There's a giant clam here. That is very interesting. I'm going to start also collecting this cider. If you press C to collect things like cider and wine in the early game, worth a lot of money. And then what you can do is go to the water skins and press A to auto collect, and you will now automatically pick up. May as well do it for our water as well. We'll now automatically pick up any of those liquids that we come across. It's a second pair of gloves, a third pair of gloves there, by the way. Okay, there's the turret. Now, this is the first thing that truly scares me here. We should be fine. We can't charge from here, but we can just move. Hit it with a flurry. Okay. Turret is down. Let's wait here. Let these guys come in here one by one. Hit the crab with a sting there. Okay, and then let the crocodiles come. Weird that there are two. Okay. These are members of a cult, which is why there's two of them. Also a salt hopper. Those can be scary early game, but because of our high strength, I'm not really as worried as I normally would be if I was playing another character. Okay, the salamanders are attacking me now because they're pissed at me for killing the crocodiles. So this turret again, we got to be real careful. Okay. Grab the books, of course. If you've ever seen me play Qud before, you know how I feel about books. We are being shot from behind here, so let's move. This guy dropped crocozins, which we will equip. They're woolly as well, which gives us a little bit of cold and heat resist. Okay, here's a nullworm. Okay, the nullworm did not drop a corpse. You always want to keep an eye out for nullworms that leave their corpse behind, as it's often used in a recipe for curing a fungal infection. It's not always a nullworm, but more often than not it is. Recently, I believe the game has changed, where you see not everything we kill is leaving a corpse. It now only happens like 10% of the time or something. Okay, I can't see that turret, which is a little bit worrying. So maybe let's, we'll go a different route here. Okay, Quillipede. That's the first kind of scary enemy we've seen so far. Did a lot of damage. Nullworm. Okay, that nullworm did drop a corpse, so let's bear that in mind. I'm gonna annihilate everything here because I don't trust the bats. Okay, we are hungry. Why would you put me in this room? Unfortunate. And again, I complain every playthrough that why doesn't the game just let me put down a campfire wherever the hell I please? Case in point right here. As to why I can't use the... Perfect. There we go, level 9, like I said. Starting at level 3, you get 1 attribute point, and then every 6 levels, so level 9, we get 1 more attribute point. I'm going to put this into agility. By the way, leveling up agility also gives you a bonus in your to hit modifier. But we don't want to get bogged down in all of that stuff just yet. So another level of double muscle takes us to +5. Sorry, plus 1 extra strength here, so 25. So we'll still be +4, but next level will be +5. Okay, now we can cook. Okay, lots of guys here waiting. Good stuff, lots of nullworm corpses. Love to see it. Take out these snapjaws. Still haven't seen the corpse that we're looking for. Shouldn't be too far away though. If it's not on this map, it should be on the next map. Just check there's no flaming steel butcher knife. Interesting. We could actually use that. That's that is a weapon that we could get away with using. Right, looks like we have fully explored this map. Keep moving north. Our torch is burnt out. Let's re-equip. Okay, this is what we came for. Right there. Let these guys come to me here. Because you never know what might charge at you. We will try and preemptively take out the crab. And we'll sting him. There we go. Another crab there. Just gotta watch for being shot by like slug snouts or glow moths. We seem to be okay. Here we go. From this we get the minus helmet, which we can't equip. This is the sphere of negative weight. This takes 10 off of our total carry weight, so that is great. We've also got 5 portions of Can't Have It All, which is nice as well. They give random effects when you cook. Could be good, could be garbage. Cybernetic Credit Wedge, which is no good to a mutant, but you can sell it. And honestly, I think the best piece of loot you get here is the pickaxe. Just because there is a guaranteed pickaxe that you can get from the Barathromites later on, but having one early game is great. Right, we'll finish clearing this floor and then we will leave. And what is this we see? We see a pair of crocodines. I will grab. Also mop up any of these bats. And hope that we don't run into a slumberling or something terrifying. Okay, we are being shot by a glow moth. We're in quite a bad place right now. So I'm actually going to move behind here and try and bait the glow moth out over towards me. Doesn't seem to be following me, which is unfortunate. It may have been killed. Nope, it just changed position. It's now down here somewhere. There you are. Gotta take out this guy first. There we go. You just really don't want to be... If those guys shoot you too much and you're not within range of them, it's game over. 100%. We will equip this cloak here as well. Okay. So we're almost level 10 here, which is incredible. There we go. It happened. Level 10 in about 45 minutes. Not bad. Doing an obscene amount of melee damage. We will level up. We'll clear this map. And then we'll end here. And then next time we will continue following this river and get the Red Rock quest done. Doing that will give us a bunch of injectors, including a Uber Nostrum injector, which is really important. And then we will go from there. There we go. So this map is clear. Let us level up before we end here. What do we want? If we go Stinger here, we do slightly more damage. And we also do more poison damage per turn. Multiple arms takes us to 19%. You know what? I think since it's early, we're going to start saving our mutation points, and we're going to get a new limb from it. We'll do it at least once. With our newfound skill points here. We can take Hobble, which slows down enemies. Which is nice if you have to run away. But I think we'll do Bloodletter. Why not? We're using short blades. Let's go full damage over time build. And I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed Caves of Qud content, please let me know. Leave a comment, leave a like. It helps out a ton. I also have channel memberships now if you want to support the channel. If not, then don't worry. Continue to enjoy the videos for absolutely free. If you are a member, you do get the videos 24 hours early. I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.